All right, so in your notes, you should write this right up here. Unit 3, video number 5, geometric sequence. You should write this information right here. Geometric sequence, each term is found by multiplying the previous term by a constant. So now we're talking about multiplying. That's going to be the difference this time than arithmetic. Arithmetic, if you think of arithmetic, you think of addition. Geometric, I don't know why they picked the word geometric for this, but we're going to be multiplying. All right, so here's the example. 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, 128, 256, etc. That's what the dot, dot, dot means. Now, I know a lot of you've probably caught on to this right away. Each term is found by multiplying the previous term by 2, okay? A is going to be the first term, just like it was in the other equation. R, so instead of D, R is the factor between the terms or common ratio. The rule, which makes our life easier and works every time, is simply this. X sub n equals A times R, and put a little dot there if you need it, A times R raised to the n minus 1 power. So that is this part right here. It is a raised R to the n minus 1 power. Okay, let's see this in action. All right, so example 1 says, write out the equation and find the 10th term. Okay, so I know my equation. X sub n is equal to A times R to the n minus 1 power. So I need to figure out what I know. Well, I know the A in this problem is 10. I know the R is 3. I'm multiplying each one by 3. So I'm going to go over here, and I want to look for the 10th term. So X sub 10 is equal to 10 times 3 to the 10 minus 1. So continuing my simplification, X sub 10 equals 10 times 3, because remember, I got to do the power first, order of operations, to the 9th power. So X sub 10 equals 10 times 3 to the 9th power, you will need a calculator, is this lovely number. And again, I got to multiply it by 10. So my final answer would be this huge number. This is why you want the formula. You don't want to just keep multiplying each term by 3 until you get to the 10th term. Okay? That's all you have to do. Again, using the formula, you're just plugging in what you know. Now, of course, it can go both ways. It says write out the equation and find the 8th term. If you notice right away, this sequence is going down. It is getting smaller and smaller and smaller. So my A term is my first term, which is 4. My R, if you notice, is 1/2. Okay, you can write it as a fraction or you can write it as a decimal. Either way will work. The point is, it is 1/2. So I need to plug it into my formula. My formula for geometric is A times R raised to the n minus 1. So I'm going to plug in what I know, except for this should not be in 10. This should be an 8 in this problem, sorry, because we're looking for the 8th term up here. Okay, so X sub 8, I know my A value is 4. I'm going to put it in parentheses. I know this is, however you want to put it, is 1/2. And then raised to the 8 minus 1 power. So X sub 8 is equal to 4 times, here's that 1/2. This is now going to be raised to the 7th power. You will want a calculator for this. I ended up converting it to decimals because of the calculation. So X sub 8 was equal to 4 times, here is my decimal, 0.0078125 when I plugged in the 1/2 to the 7th power. So then when I finished the problem, X sub 8 equals 0.03125. That's my answer. That's what would happen if I kept dividing by 2 until I got to the 8th term. Again, don't want to do this by hand. Works great with the formula. You'll have the formula on the test. You just have to know how to use it. All right, last example for geometric sequence says, what is the 11th term of the geometric sequence? So again, my formula, X sub 11 is equal to A times R raised to the n minus 1. Label what each thing is. A, in this case, equals 3. R equals, look what's happening. They're being multiplied by 2 each time. And the n they're asking me is 11. So I could even write that down. So here, X sub 11 is equal to 3 times 2 to the 11th minus 1 power. So x sub 11 is equal to 3 times 2 raised to the 10th power. Again, you're going to want that calculator for these problems. X sub 11 is equal to 3 times 1024. Again, order of operations totally counts. Got to do that 2 to the 10th power before you can multiply it by 3. X sub 11, when you multiply them together, is 3072. So that would be your final answer for this problem. Okay, good job.